Welcome back to PlayStation Corner. Today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite deals across the PlayStation network, covering stores in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. So think a whole lot of PS4 titles and even the occasional PS5 deal. That said though, look, this video it is any price goes, meaning basically one thing, these prices they can add up pretty quickly. So if you are looking for the more budget side of things, maybe check out Sunday's edition where I keep everything sub $10 or your local currency, and I've pinned that in the comment down below. So with that luck, hit subscribe if you do enjoy the content today, it really does help, it is appreciated. And yeah, let's get started. So first up today, Ghostrunner, it is coming in with 25% off. It released just a few months back now and it advertises itself as a hardcore first-person slasher. They ain't lying, but what this game basically comes down to so often is entering a location, working out enemy placement, taking them down, but then expect to be dying and retrying a whole lot. It's almost like a puzzle game honestly, or at least that's how it left me feeling, but the combat is satisfying. It looks really stunning on the PlayStation. I actually picked it up to compare it to the Switch build, and yeah, it's not easy, but the satisfaction with beating a level, it's a good feeling and one you will feel like you absolutely earned. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, it was EA doing right by the audience. They focused on story, they avoided microtransaction heavy systems, and guess what? It absolutely paid off. It was an absolute success, and it is one of their best reviewing games in some time. It's an incredible use though of the Star Wars license and universe. I adored the game. I was a day one buyer, kind of expecting to get burnt because Star Wars was on the box, but yeah, not this one. The story's a fun ride though. There's a strong cast of characters with AAA production and voice acting, and then the whole last surviving Jedi-ified enemies rebuild the rebellion. It's absolutely fun stuff. Most of all though, they just absolutely deliver on the lightsaber combat, and EA, I've got to say, they've been on a bit of a roll with the IP recently, so I'm excited to see what comes next, but this is absolutely worth an add to the library with 60% off. Judgment now is an older one, but it is a favourite of mine, so I wanted to give it a mention today with the current 50% off. This is a Yakuza piece, or a spin-off at least, and this one it leans into a more serious tone. Here you're basically a disgraced attorney and you must investigate a series of murders, and this basically leads the gameplay away from simply beating down on everyone you see to investigation moments, tracking, finding clues, and then piecing together story moments. I've always loved Yakuza for just how weird it can get at times, but this for sure still captures that vibe while adding a new layer of depth. I really hope this one does get a sequel in the future though, because it absolutely deserves it. Race fans, F1 2020, hands down for me the best race and money can buy. There's very few games I buy yearly, honestly, but one of them is F1 from Codemasters. I think they absolutely do a good job with the early upgrade. It always seems like the effort is there. With what I would consider though the best career mode in any racer, tons of options from track selection through to how you race them, and then some of the best sim controls out there, this is an absolute must buy from me. There's even a Schumacher edition for an extra $5, but it's whether you care basically. It's just some cosmetic DLC packs thrown in. 50% off though, an absolute steal with the amount of hours you can sink into this one. So a pickup for me now, but Resident Evil 3 is back with a 67% discount, and I've waited on this one a while, mainly because I didn't want to pay $60 for a game I can beat in maybe 6 hours. This price though, it's finally decent enough for me to, revisit Raccoon City and buddy up with Nemesis. I adored the Resident Evil 2 remake, and this one just again looks absolutely stunning visually. My only concern really is it seems they cut some pieces out from the original game, and I'm not sure why they would sacrifice elements from what is an already short game. Either way though, I'm looking forward to checking it out. The price here, it seems absolutely more than fair. One here for RPG fans then, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I'm not sure how I even heard about this one. Might sound weird, but one day I was excited about it, and then the next thing I know, a physical copy shows up on day of release that I ordered. Well, this is from Atlas, and it's another piece of genius that they found to publish from the team behind Dragon's Crown, and this really combines two elements: 2D side-scrolling adventure come RPG moments, and then top-down kaiju battles. Think mech suits though, and a whole lot of options. This has a great story, and it's actually pretty epic in its scope with intertwining storylines, and I'd say a 35 or so hour runtime. I think it's easily justifiable if you have been tempted before in the past with this current 50% off, but if you are a physical collector, I will say there was a real nice launch day edition with an art book if you can hunt it down. So another one here I played some time back, but Borderlands 3, it's currently running with 67% off, and it's not a bad deal when you factor in this one includes a free PS5 upgrade. This game, it struggled at points on my PS4, honestly, with some questionable moments of frame rate, but I'm hoping this upgrade is everything the game needed. It's promising like 4K 60 FPS. It's a classic looter shooter at this point. Yes, it can be played solo, but it's going to be best easily with friends. With a fantastic world and some truly weird characters to meet, this story of just stopping the Calypso twins from ultimate power is absolutely addictive. If you don't mind a physical though, you're not all digital, you can also pick this up in the US right now from Best Buy for like $9.99, saving you even more cash. So while we are on PS5 upgrades, WRC9, currently it's rocking 50% off, and having played this on PS4 and PS5, it's going to look great either way, but that upgrade is just something special. Sim through and through, it's challenging, it's going to get you frustrated, but few games will top this one right now. You got to be willing to practice, so you got to understand this is really all about time trials, but yeah, this has been a bit of an addiction for me recently, and it's a nice contrast to the all-out arcade action of Dirt 5. At this price, I don't see it getting much lower either, honestly, or at least not anytime soon. It's one of those moments though when I paid full price maybe a month back, and that's always a pain in the ass, but also, you know, no doubt it happens to the best of us. So I don't own a VR headset myself, but a quick shout out here. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, it's currently 40% off. While anything with a movie or a TV show attached in the name at least is normally awful, this seems to be that rare case where they've actually made a game that's worth a look. There seems to be a ton of praise being thrown its way, and yeah, just the reviews, they've been great from what I've seen. This is the sort of game that gets me kinda tempted to pick up a headset, but I'm holding out and hoping an upgrade to the hardware happens sometime soon. Couple of older ones for you now. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition, a first-person action RPG, so think Elder Scrolls to a certain extent, but more grounded, and you get the idea. Sure, it has its issues, and it's definitely not the prettiest of games at this point, not that it was at release honestly, but this is a huge open world to explore as you basically avenge the death of your parents. Throw in the fact then this Royal Edition, it contains all released DLC, which was 5 packs I believe. And yeah, you got a whole lot of game ahead of you. You can easily sink 100+ hours in here, which ain't bad given this current price point. So the penultimate game of the video then, Kingdom of Amalur Re-reconing. It's not perfect, and I'm not sure I would recommend it to someone that didn't play it first time around, you know, in the days of 360, but this is one I kind of grew up on, and it was definitely fun to revisit it. The only thing I will say is there's a lot better out there now, but it's still a good ride, and the combat is seriously entertaining and fiscal. It's just the depth, it's not quite what I'm used to now, not quite up to that standard. Take a look at this though if you were a fan of the game but wanted a better price point, because I do think this 40% off, it's a good deal, and the story about rescuing this world is just amazing. It comes from a hell of a team too. Author R.A. Salvatore, Todd McFarlane of Spawn fame, and then the lead designer of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So our final game of the week then, and it's actually a pickup for me as well, Zombie Army 4 Dead War. I finished the original trilogy some time back now, and I've actually been waiting to jump on this 4th entry, and this seemed like a good time. There's a standard 70% off or 75% off for PS Plus members out there. I'm not exactly expecting, you know, intelligence here, honestly, but I am expecting the trademark sniper elite brutality, you know, X-ray kills with some good old zombie hunting. I can't imagine the story matters honestly outside of, you know, kill all Nazi zombies, but it looks stunning from what I've seen. There's also a super deluxe edition on sale as well, and that throws in season 1 DLC, which does add like 3 extra missions, cosmetics and all that good stuff. And that's it, another week down. Will you be adding anything to your collection, or will you be holding on to that cash? I really do like the deals this week though, even if I did spend a little bit more myself than I was definitely hoping. Either way though, like, let me know down below in the comments if you're adding anything to the library, or what even has you hooked on your PlayStation right now. With that then, like, hit subscribe if you enjoyed the video today. We are working our way towards 1,000 subscribers, so all the support, it truly does help. And yeah, I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.